RHOBH's Kyle Richards shares if season 14 cast is sick of her. RHOBH star Kyle Richards is sharing whether the season 14 cast is sick of her or not. It has been alleged her co-stars had grown tired of Kyle's constant whining. She was not even sure if she would return for another year, but she did, and now it was not looking so good. So what does the mother of four have to say for herself? Keep reading for more details. RHOBH Kyle Richards shares if season 14 cast is sick of her. Kyle Richards has not had the best few seasons and reconsidered returning to RHOBH. There have been key moments in her run where she thought about stepping down but never did. Season 12 ended with a horrific Aspen trip and her sister, Kathy Hilton, flipping out. Kathy said atrocious things about the entire cast, including Kyle. They had finally reconciled and now they were at an impasse. Then season 13 rolled around, and it was all about Kyle and her husband of nearly 30 years, Mauricio Umansky's marital issues. She was allegedly having an affair with country singer Morgan Wade, but maintained they were just good friends. By the time of the reunion, Kyle and Kathy had reconciled, but she and Mauricio were officially separated. Kyle did decide to return but had to deal with an impending divorce and Mauricio's new romance with Nikita Khan. There are several claims that the cast is over her whining amid her split, but is that really true? Kyle has set the record straight and maintains that is completely false. According to Reality Blurb, Kyle Richards shared that she has gotten a lot of support from everyone, though she can admittedly be difficult. Though they were all supportive, who was really there for Kyle when she needed a shoulder, aside from Kathy Hilton, who is back this season? Reunion time. The reunion is where everyone has to answer for what they did throughout the season plus attempt to reconcile. So who does Kyle Richards think has to do the most answering when it comes to the season 14 RHOBH reunion? Filming for that won't happen anytime soon, but when the time comes, Kyle knows she will be in the hot seat. However, despite all that she went through, she admits that the season was therapeutic. In fact, that was the best part of the season. It does look like this is shaping up to be an interesting season. There are some other tales about what has transpired with the cast this season. Sutton Strack's horse allegedly kicked Dorrit Kemsley, so little things like that might make for a quirky season. As the new season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, RHOBH, unfolds, one of the most talked about questions is whether the cast has had enough of Kyle Richards. With a long history in the show, Kyle has always been at the center of the drama, whether through her ever-evolving relationships with her fellow housewives or the ups and downs of her personal life. Now, as the show moves into its 14th season, the reality star finally addresses the speculation surrounding her status with her co-stars. The season began with the usual tension brewing among the women. Kyle Richards, who has been on RHOBH since its inception in 2010, has seen plenty of castmates come and go. In the early seasons, she was often seen as the glue that held the group together, a role that earned her both praise and criticism. But as the years have gone by, Kyle has had her fair share of conflicts, particularly with her sister Kim Richards, and more recently with the other women of Beverly Hills. In interviews leading up to the premiere of season 14, rumors had been swirling about Kyle's place in the cast. Would the others, particularly the newcomers, be able to handle her larger-than-life personality? Was she becoming too familiar, too predictable? Fans of the show had been questioning whether her long tenure on the show was starting to wear thin. After all, RHOB thrives on fresh dynamics, juicy drama, and unpredictable moments. Was Kyle, after all this time, still up for the challenge? Kyle decided to address these rumors head-on in a candid conversation with a group of fans during a promotional event for the new season. Her response was as tactful as it was transparent, offering a rare glimpse behind the curtain of RHOBH. "You know, I've heard that people think the cast might be sick of me," she said, pausing for effect. "But here's the thing about being on a show like RHOBH. You have to be true to yourself. I've been with these women for a long time, and we've all had our ups and downs. It's inevitable that personalities are going to clash, and that's part of the drama. But no, I don't think they're sick of me. If anything, I think they've come to realize I'm not going anywhere anytime soon." Her response seemed to imply that, despite the rumors, Kyle feels confident in her role on the show. She has weathered the storms of tabloid gossip, cast shakeups, and public feuds, which only solidified her standing as one of the show's most resilient and enduring stars. However, behind the scenes, things aren't always as rosy as they may seem on camera. As viewers know, Kyle's relationships with her co-stars have been far from smooth sailing. In particular, her interactions with co-stars like Erika Jayne, Lisa Rinna, and even her longtime friend and co-star, Dorrit Kemsley, have been marked by moments of tension. This season, a new dynamic emerges as Kyle faces off against younger castmates who are ready to shake things up. The question remains, can Kyle continue to remain the dominant force on the show, or will the newer, edgier housewives push her to the edge? One of the key moments in the season's premiere is a confrontation between Kyle and newcomer Garcelle Beauvais. Garcelle, who has made waves with her no-nonsense attitude and refreshing honesty, is quick to challenge Kyle's place in the group. The two women find themselves at odds over their differing approaches to drama and loyalty, creating a palpable sense of tension. Kyle, ever the strategist, brushes off Garcelle's comments with a witty remark, but there's a hint of discomfort in her eyes, a subtle signal that she may be feeling the pressure to stay relevant. At a lunch with friends, Kyle opened up about her interactions with Garcelle and the other women. "It's different this year," she admitted. "There's definitely a shift in the energy. Some of the newer women have strong personalities, and they're not afraid to speak up. And that's what the show needs, right? It needs fresh blood. But I'm still me. I'm still here to bring the drama, the laughs, and whatever else the show needs." Despite the growing competition for the spotlight, Kyle maintains her status as one of the key players in the Beverly Hills universe. Her dynamic with the women may have changed, but her star power remains undeniable. The question, though, is whether her ability to carry the show will hold up against the rising stars of RHOBH. Behind the camera, Kyle's life has been just as complicated. As the show delves deeper into her personal life, viewers are exposed to her marriage with Mauricio Umansky, which has been the subject of rumors and media speculation for years. Kyle has always been candid about the ups and downs of her marriage, and this season is no different. As the pressure of RHOBH starts to take its toll on her, the cracks in her personal life begin to show. A particularly poignant moment in the season sees Kyle break down in front of the cameras, admitting that she's struggling to juggle her responsibilities as a mother, wife, and reality TV star. "I think that's something a lot of people forget," Kyle reflected. "This show is not just about what happens on camera. It's about my real life, my family, my friends, my relationship. It's all intertwined, and sometimes it's hard to keep it all together. But I love my family, and I love this show. It's a balancing act." Despite the personal challenges she faces, Kyle Richards is not one to back down. Her ability to survive and thrive in the ever-shifting world of RHOBH speaks to her resilience. As the season unfolds, it becomes clear that Kyle Richards may not be as indispensable as she once seemed, but she's certainly not going anywhere. Her place in the RHOBH legacy is secure, at least for now. Whether the cast is sick of her is a question only time will answer, but one thing is certain: Kyle Richards remains a force to be reckoned with.